So it's come to the end, the Nissan Rogue, end of its lease. Let's see what I like and what I don't like about it. Okay, so yes, the lease on the Nissan Rogue, known as the Nissan X-Trails in different countries, the lease is going to end. I had a very short-term lease with this one, 2 years, 40,000 kilometres. And I thought I'd just do a very quick video really of how I've got on with it in those couple of years. Did I come up with any issues? How has it been overall in Manitoba? Pretty harsh conditions in Manitoba for cars. We get plus 30s, we get minus 40 degrees C, so it goes through it all. At the moment it's February, on to the 20th of February. It's around about -2 today. And obviously still lots of snow. So let's talk about it. What's the good, what's the bad? Well, the first thing I didn't like about it was the tyres. So the tyres it came with were particularly bad for grip and particularly bad of how quickly they wore out. I only got around about 20,000 kilometres on the first set of tyres, which is pretty terrible really, isn't it? I didn't like the tyres as well because I guess tyres are a thing with this car, because the first set of tyres, I didn't think the traction was particularly very good at all. I'm not talking about winter, I'm just talking about all the time. Once I got these on, in fact the tyres were so bad I had to put winters on. Even on the first snow it was so bad. I ended up getting these studded winter tyres for the winter months, which have been fantastic, and all the traction issues went away, obviously in winter. But like I say, I think the first set of tyres were particularly bad, but I have noticed car manufacturers have started putting particularly bad tyres on their brand new cars. But anyway, this is only going to be a quick test, a quick little video. It's pretty cold out here, so I'm going to go in the car and carry on talking. Okay, that's a bit better. I hope you don't mind me just starting the car to get a little bit warm. The car is actually saying it's -1. I think it is a little bit colder than that actually. We're about -2, -3. Nice things about modern cars, of course: heated front seats, heated steering wheel, always helps. This is the SV trim. Out of 4 trim levels, as S, SV, SL, and I think there's like a premium trim on top of that, I seem to remember. SV seems to be the most common trim level. So yes, this is a 2-year lease, 40,000 kilometres. You can see, I don't know if you can see on there particularly, but it's got 38,000 kilometres. This goes back in a couple of days, so there should be, well, there will be some kilometres to spare, but that's all good. I suppose that's the thing with a lease really. A little bit concerned about going over, because obviously you start paying more if you go over. So let's talk about the things I do like about this car. It drives pretty nicely, no issues with it driving at all. It's a comfortable car. I guess concerns I had with it: this is actually a 1.5 litre 3-cylinder engine. So I was wondering how that was going to do. It's 201 horsepower, 255 pound-foot of torque. It's actually been fantastic. I've had no issues at all with the car mechanically. In fact, it's never been back to the dealership since the day I got it. It's just had the normal oil changes. So mechanically it's been great for those 40,000 kilometres. I don't know how it would be for more than that. The other concern, of course, it's a CVT transmission, but for me, I'm more used to manuals, so whether it's a standard automatic or a CVT, I don't mind from a driver perspective. Whether that'll keep going for 200, 300,000 miles, I have no idea, although I have had a Nissan before that and I put 100,000 kilometres on that and didn't have any issues with the CVT. But there are all the things you kind of like think about when you're buying a new car. But when you're leasing, really all I went for was whatever the cheapest lease were, because I thought for 40,000 kilometres, 2 years, I thought anything should be able to do that, no problem. So go for the cheapest one, and this was the cheapest one, and it was perfectly okay, no issues with it whatsoever. Fuel economy, I think averaging 8.2 litres per 100 kilometres. Not bad for the size of the vehicle, I don't think. I think the main issues are all surrounding sort of like the safety aspects that are forced on new cars anyway, and I'm sure them sort of issues are the same as everything. So this has got like emergency brake on there, pedestrian detection. What have I found with that? Well, you sometimes reverse and it sees a blade of grass and it slams the brakes on and frightens you to death. So them sort of things I've never been a fan of, and I think they're pretty much we're stuck on as new cars anyway, but I think they're absolutely terrible. The other thing I really did not like about this car at all, and again, it's probably the same with all modern cars, to be honest with you, adaptive cruise is particularly terrible. You're driving along adaptive cruise and also it says cannot detect anything, turns everything off, and I feel that's more dangerous than anything, so I've been tending to override that and just put it into normal cruise because it's so bad. If the little detector on the front of the car has got snow on it, if it's got dirt on it, if a fly lands on it, dust on it, anything at all, it will do that. But even when it was perfectly clean and there was no issues, weather was beautiful, there was always one spot on the road it would always do it in, and I contacted Nissan about that and they said, yeah, it's just a problem in my area, maybe there'll be an update that comes out. Never heard back from them, it's always done it, so I've always just used normal cruise. So it's always the so-called safety things that I kind of like think are more dangerous than the not having them. Other things like stop-start. You hear people complain about stop-start on vehicles all the time. It's been no issue whatsoever for me personally. Most of the time here in Canada in winter it overrides itself and never does that, because it says, you've got all the heating on the car, so it never actually does it for probably the majority of the year, and then a few months in summer it goes back to using it again, but that really has never been any sort of issue. And particularly in Canada, there isn't many times you stop, really, to be honest with you. You just keep going. Things I really do like, there is one thing I particularly like on this vehicle, and I will miss this one feature. It's the cameras and the 360 camera. There's mirrors on both. There's cameras on both mirrors. There's a camera at the front, camera at the back, which creates this sort of like 360 degree thing. I mean, obviously you check around the vehicle anyway, but it's really nice to have that. If anyone comes close, the kids come close, it kind of like highlights the area. I think that is, and actually the one and only really good safety feature that I actually will miss. I think that was a really good thing. Other things that are a bit pointless on this car, well, it's got a big old slide back style moonroof thing. First time you get the car, oh, isn't that marvellous, this big glass roof, and then you never use it at all. So I always think that's pointless and kind of like reduces the height of the roof anyway. Kind of like a pointless modern thing on there as well. So yeah, overall it's been a good experience, no problems at all. It came at a time when really car dealers didn't have much stock, so I couldn't buy a used car, and the stock they had was heavily overpriced. So yeah, so heavily overpriced it just wasn't worth it. So that's why I jumped into a lease for the first time. Things I like about a lease: easy. It's kind of like worry-free motoring. I've had this for 2 years, never spent a penny on the car apart from oil changes and fuel, of course. So that way it's made for a very sort of relaxing couple of years with a car. I have not had that for a while now. So that's nice. But of course you're always worried about going over the mileage. You're kind of like working out how much kilometres you've done each month so you don't go over, which is a little bit of a headache. That was one thing I didn't really particularly enjoy about the lease. Oh, there was one other thing that I found with this car which was weird. I've just hopped into the back, and yeah, there's plenty of room in the back here. It's quite nice. I don't know why for this particular vehicle, and it's a very minor thing. I'm kind of like nitpicking because there really wasn't anything that I had any trouble with. Seat belts. they kind of like stick in this sort of upright position all the time. Now the amount of times things have actually gone in there and I've had to poke them out and try and release them to make the seatbelt rework again has been crazy, to the extent I've had to start putting the seatbelts in to stop it doing. So that was weird. I've never had that happen with a car before, and I don't know if it's because it's like stuck in this particular upright position where everything can fall in there. I don't know. But that was the one weird thing that actually happened. But other than that, there's a comfortable place to be at the back here, plenty of headroom, and for the kids it's been great. So yeah, a quite trouble-free experience. Just hopped into the front again. I guess the other thing was these wires. I kind of like put two wires in because this particular connector works sometimes and this connector always works. I don't know what that is. This gear lever I always thought was a little bit strange as well, that you actually push it forward to go in reverse, which seems odd to me, but I guess you get used to it. You also get these little different gauges you can put it in here. So normal, snow, sort of an off-road section, sort of economical section, and the sporty section. You play about around with that the first week you get the car. After that you just leave it in auto and forget about it. Another little bit of a gimmicky thing that really was kind of like pointless. But overall, like I say, this particular car has served us well. I'm kind of like looking forward to sending it on its way though. I guess we should do a bit of a fleet update while we're here. So other cars in the fleet, Toyota Sienna, not used for a while actually. I've been mainly using the kilometres up on this one. Needs new tyres, it's going in for tyres tomorrow, so I can start using this one again. And the only other car we've got at the moment is, I don't know if you can see it there, Ford F-150, a bit of a project vehicle, that one. I still have to do some rust repair on that to get that back on the road again. Winter, that project's kind of like stopped, but it actually been handy just using it on the land, actually up and down, loading it up. It runs and drives pretty well actually. I just need to sort that rust out, get it back on the road, and then I don't know if I'm going to keep that or move it on. There is another vehicle arriving actually, probably early next week. It isn't actually going to be a replacement for the Rogue. I still need to find another vehicle to replace the Rogue, a bit of a cheap sort of economical runabout. But I've got another vehicle arriving on Monday which is completely impractical, but I will certainly show you that when I have it. But that kind of like wraps it up. Overall, yes, Nissan Rogue's been okay and quite an entertaining little 3-cylinder engine, which is not bad at all. But anyway, thank you so much for watching today. Please do take care. We'll see you again very soon. All the best and goodbye.